Welcome to the Entertainment Rants podcast, your number one source for all things entertainment. Join host Marco Mazzola and his fellow ranters as they sound off on the latest movies, TV, and the world of entertainment. Now, here are your ranters for the hour, Marco, Mila, Larry, and Bruno.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Entertainment Rants podcast. I am, as always, your host, Marco Mazzola, and let's go around the room and say hello to our fellow ranters. Hello, Larry.
Hey.
That's it. All right. Fantastic. Good work. We got all of two in tonight, and we're hitting it again. All right, gang. Tonight we are finishing our April Fool's month.
Yes.
With a great spoof series. We're going to focus mostly on the first movie, but they did make three. From the Files of Police Squad comes The Naked Gun.
Yes.
Frank Drebin, played by Leslie Nielsen. The original movie was based off the TV show.
Off the TV show, yeah.
So the original movie came out in 88, PG-13, hour and 25 minutes long. Its runtime. Basically the plot, pretty simple. Detective Frank Drebin, again, Leslie Nielsen, is basically trying to foil an attempt for an assassination attempt on Queen Elizabeth II. And then hilarity ensues. Again, this is a Zucker movie. David Zucker and Jerry Zucker, Zucker brothers, if you will. Written and then directed by David Zucker. So, it's a lot of, much like Airplane, it's a lot of quick slapstick and, quick, what do you call them?
Psych gags
and references and things like that. So, not as very quick. Very quick. Not as many references per se as a scary movie, which doesn't reference a lot of pop culture stuff.
Right.
So much as the psych gags, right?
No.
A good cast. A decent cast in this one here, as they all were. But I feel like they're more a cast of the time, right? They're you don't necessarily see these people as much anymore.
No.
Not just because they're dead or passed away, and a lot of them are, but they're just, I don't know. It's you know what I'm saying? It was really focused on the time. It was obviously late '88, so we're in 2023 now. But,
yeah, I think that even though a lot of those people, though, it wasn't. They were kind of at the tail end, really, of anything that they were doing, or. Right. Or people just kind of break. Yeah.
We'll get there.
One was kind of sort of breaking into acting because I don't really remember him doing anything before this.
Yeah.
Or really after this.
And then broke right out.
Yeah. Broke right out, actually. Just a long drive.
It was a long drive.
It was a long drive.
We brought snacks.
Yeah. But yeah, again, it's a lot of the people that were in this movie, they were just good. And one person in particular that obviously I didn't know when this first came out because the actual show that I remember her from was not yet. Tony Soprano's mother plays the mayor in this. You've got
Nancy Marchand, right? Who played Mayor Lynn? What is it? Yeah. Nancy Marchand.
Yeah. So when we're watching this, I was like, "Holy shit, that's Tony Soprano's mom." That lady that played his mom. So that I obviously I didn't know it the first time around when I watched it because Sopranos weren't out yet. But
she passed away in 1971 in 2000, which was a year before the show ended.
Oh, so yeah, she actually there's I forgot what season it was, but she passed in the middle of it, and they already filmed it, and they had to CGI her face onto it, and it was basically they wrote it into the script that she passed on The Sopranos, but right before that they had to CGI her face, and I was
sort of Paul Walker type of
yeah.
Unfortunately, well, rest in peace. So when did you see this movie originally? Did you see it when it came out? Did you see it in the theaters? Did you? At this point, it's what, 88? So
it's 88, so I'm 12.
Videotape is a thing at this point. Home video is a thing at this point.
Yeah, so I'm 11 years old. Where am I living? That's part of it. I was back here. So I think videotape, actually, for this one. Yep. I don't think I went to the theaters to go watch this. Because I don't remember sitting down.
I don't remember having. I don't remember having a.
Yeah, so I think that this was a video. I was at my uncle. My uncle Mario was a huge. He had. That's where I first saw Cheech and Chong was in his house because he had the videotapes.
I'm pretty sure I saw the second two in theater because I had seen this one
Maybe,
on
okay.
videotape, and then I saw the second one.
That sounds about right.
You know, at that point I loved it. I loved
Make
the
it
first
2.5.
one, so I won.
3.75.
3 and a third.
That's right. It's 3 and a third.
Yeah. We can't just go normal. We can't just go easy. We gotta fuck with the title as much as we mess with the rest of it.
Yep.
So, all right, Leslie Nielsen perfectly cast as the bumbling lieutenant. You know, Frank Drebin,
perfect
detective. You know, he a long career, and he does get cast very perfectly for his roles, even all the way down to Mr. Magoo. Like, he is fucking Mr. Magoo. I forgot about that. He is fucking Mr. Magoo.
Right. Yeah.
Even in this show, he's Mr. Magoo, right? He bumbles his way into and out of things.
Oh, yeah.
Haphazardly, haplessly, just falls into things and then falls out of it, you know, without getting killed. Where most of us have been dead a long time ago. What are your favorite? Give me some of your favorite. We'll touch back and forth on this. What are some of your favorite moments from the first one?
It's
a quotable movie.
It really is. I can't really go on like the part 2 or part 3 because it's been forever since I've watched those.
Yeah, the first one is the one I've seen.
Right before we started, when he first meets Priscilla Presley.
Yeah.
You know, they're in the
Priscilla.
Good old Priscilla, man. You know, they're in the office, whatever, and she's up on the ladder, and
getting something, cleaning off the shelves.
Yeah, and he was like, "Hey, you know, nice beaver." She goes, "Thank you. I just got it stuffed." And she hands him down the stuffed beaver.
Taxidermy beaver.
That was probably one of the funniest things.
Yep.
You know, because I remember when I first watched it.
Right?
So that's what it is.
12. You know what I mean? In that range, 12.
So when I first saw that, I knew what he was talking about. I thought it was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
And then she hands it to me, and I was like, that makes it even funnier.
Yes.
The innuendos in this movie had me going. Like when they go on their date, that whole sequence I thought was absolutely hilarious. Yep. You know, for them, they go in, you see them laughing when they're coming out the movie theater. Mm-hmm. They just watch fucking Platoon.
Right.
Like, that is not a funny movie by any means. Right?
Not at all. But they're laughing their ass off.
But they're laughing, and like that whole like montage of the dating montage, right? Yep. And then when they put the body condoms on.
Yep.
That had me die. The giant body
jump on the bed. Yeah.
Yeah. So the back and forth between them, hilarious.
Yeah. You know, the ability to play it straight.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm sure there was a lot of outtakes. You see them a lot of times. They show the outtakes because, you know, and Leslie Nielsen can play it straight, man. Like, I've seen him fucking around with, you know, like interviewers. You know what I mean? Like when he was on Letterman or he was on Jay Leno, and he'd have his little fart cushion thing, the little fart thing. Like, he was really good.
Yeah.
He would not break. Like, he was known for that. Like, he'd play it serious, and he's fucking with everybody. Everybody's cracking up, and he's not. He looks deadpan serious, and he won't look at the camera. He doesn't look. He's just like, yeah, this is just happening. Like, yeah, man, I farted, whatever. Like, what? What's the problem? Yeah, everybody else is just losing their minds. So, like, when you watch this, I wonder when they're actually making the movie, like, how much does he break versus everybody else around him? I'd imagine everybody else is losing their shit watching him. He's basically like, you know, he's like one of those geniuses who can do this effortlessly. Like,
I don't.
Steve Carell is known for that. Like he'll break, but he doesn't really break that off.
I can see him do. And you know what? And I really like that because that was one of the things. Like when we talk about actors that I'm not a big fan of, right? Will Ferrell being probably the top one. A lot of that. As though
someday I'm going to get you on the couch and find out what the deep root is. I've given you my root issue with Tom Cruise.
Listen, the reason why is because it's that whole Saturday Night Live crew. They do their sketch comedy, but they constantly fucking break during their sketch. And it's like, I don't like that. Yeah. You know, Jimmy Fallon was notorious for it.
Yes,
like, you're supposed to be doing like a funny sketch comedy. I get that it's kind of hard to like keep face, but when you you can't even get through the whole.
Don't they practice it?
Yes.
So that's you kind of got that out during practice,
right? And that's part of the thing that I don't like about Saturday Night Live is because all that sketch, like they just kept breaking it. And
I understand when a
like,
host
fuck,
does.
Man.
A host comes in and does and cracks.
That's completely different. Because they're not used to it.
They're there for a week.
These guys do it every week.
Yeah.
These guys write their own shit.
Yeah.
You know, so like they were all writing their stuff.
They find themselves very, very funny, apparently.
Some of them are, and I give them that. But that's part of like that whole sketch slapstick that I wasn't a big fan of. So when I see like Leslie,
you when watching his movies or not watching his movies, Will Ferrell, he sucked it. You didn't like him breaking during Saturday Night Live, but then you won't go.
I don't find him funny whatsoever. I watched him on Saturday Night Live, and again over the years, it just like there were certain people in the cast that I liked.
Yeah.
But overall, I would if I didn't like the whole. I'm like this.
So have you ever actually watched a Will Ferrell movie?
No.
Okay, just asking.
No.
Maybe give it a chance. That's
well, no, because you know why?
Because every gave Maverick a chance. I'm just saying.
Listen, every time somebody tells me about a Will Ferrell movie, they tell me about all these parts. Did we just become best friends? I've never seen the movie, but I know a part that is. You know why? Because everybody's told me that, and I've seen it on the previews. So I've always been this thing. If you're telling me the funniest parts, and I've already watched those funny parts on the fucking previews, I don't need to go see his movie, and that's what that movie sucks.
There's definitely other parts, like even in Elf. You tell some funny parts, they're in the previews, but there's definitely other magic in it that people don't talk about, or are definitely not in the previews.
I don't know, just for me, he's just too much, and it's not.
Someday we're gonna watch Elf together. That's it. That's my mission now. Christmas time, we're watching Elf together.
Plenty of eggnog. Make sure it's loaded.
Plenty of eggnog, because we might be doing Elf for the podcast. We'll see.
Oh God! Fair warning.
I'm about to get that intro made again. I'm gonna have
I might have to take a Christmas break.
No shit. It's okay. We're doing it during October to have it pre-recorded. So anywho, back to the
but as far as like the straight guy, like he plays it well, man. Like he plays it really, really well. Like he plays that part to a T, just like Jerry Lewis plays the slapstick to a fucking T.
Right.
Like nobody does slapstick like Jerry Lewis.
No,
nobody.
No,
and I don't think anybody can ever. People could come close to it. Even Leslie Nielsen could come real close to it, but nobody does that slapstick like Jerry Lewis, man.
It's a once in a millennium. Someone's got that kind of talent.
Yeah, I mean,
the bellhop when he's answering the fucking phones.
The best thing about the bellhop is he doesn't say a fucking word throughout the whole movie, and it's just him.
One fucking line throughout the whole movie. That long walk through the ballroom.
Unbelievable.
Kind of rushes it and stuff.
Yeah.
So if you ever watched, we've talked about this before, the comedians in cars getting coffee with Jerry Seinfeld.
Yes.
There's an episode with Jerry Lewis.
Oh, no way.
It is phenomenal.
I love
this
him.
is Jerry Lewis, like right before he passed away, And it is, I know we're way off topic here, but if you get the chance, go to Netflix, watch that episode. This is a bunch of great ones. The Don Rickles one's really great. A couple of Maniscalco ones are really great. The first one especially. The Ricky Gervais ones are hysterical. But that fucking Jerry Lewis one, man, I've watched it a few times. He loves Jerry, and he cracks up at Jerry, and they just have a ball together. And he talks about it. He talks about how he did that and what it took, and the writing, and because he wrote that, and he, you know what I mean. What that experience was like. It was pretty amazing. It was an amazing thing. So if you ever get a chance, I'm gonna definitely put that on your list of things.
No, all right, yeah.
Really fucking cool. You don't have to watch all the episodes of that show because some of them are just comedians you might not dig or like or care about.
Right.
But it's got a bunch of good ones. Bill Burr's on there.
Okay.
Like, it's got a bunch of really great ones. So anyway, go watch that when you get a
I
second.
will. Absolutely.
They're short too. They're like 15 minutes. They're easy digestible.
Oh, easy, quick,
little quick
nice.
ones. So yeah. Anyway, all right, we're back to Naked Gun.
Naked Gun. So talk about Leslie Nielsen.
16 minutes, fantastic.
That's all right. Leslie Nielsen. What was the first thing you ever saw him in?
I think it was Airplane.
Okay.
I think it was Airplane, if I remember correctly.
The first thing I've ever seen Leslie Nielsen in was Creepshow.
Yeah, I didn't watch Creepshow.
I saw Creepshow on accident. I wasn't supposed to watch it, clearly.
Yeah.
I watched it. I watched that whole thing. I legit had nightmares because of this fucking movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For like a month.
Sure, it's Creepshow.
Like there was it
when
scared
did that
the
come
shit.
out?
1982.
Okay, so yeah.
I saw it like
6-ish.
Yeah, I saw it. I think I was like maybe 6 or 7. It was on video.
Yeah.
No, maybe less. I think it was either 5 or 6 when I watched it.
Yeah. Yeah, that fucked you up for a while.
And it was the part that. So you've never seen Creepshow?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, Mark. I'm not a huge
yeah, that's right. You're not.
Fan.
That's right. Yeah.
Not a huge horror fan.
So,
especially like that side kind of shit.
Oh my God.
Like,
so
I just don't have a place
so
for
Creepshow was a movie. It was based on a comic book, and within this comic book there was little vignettes, right? So there was like little stories in this 2-hour movie. There was little stories, right? And this one particular story, Leslie Nielsen, his wife's cheating on him with this younger gentleman by the name of Ted Danson. It was Ted Danson.
Yeah.
So Leslie Nielsen catches them. He buries them up to their neck. on low tide at the beach.
Yeah.
He's got a camera filming them. He goes home and he literally watches them as the tide comes in.
Nice.
They die. He's happy. His wife or girlfriend, I think it was his wife, that's cheating on him. She's dead with her boyfriend, lover, whatever. He's dead. Well, guess what? It's Creepshow, so these motherfuckers come back to life.
Yeah.
They come back to get him, and they're like covered in seaweed and stuff. Yeah. So that scared the shit out of me.
Oh, that'll do it.
And I legit had nightmares for at least a month over that. But that was the first time I ever saw Leslie, because I watched that before I watched Naked Gun.
All right.
And I was like, holy shit, it's him!
It's a very different, different Leslie Nielsen experience when you get the Naked Gun.
Definitely.
What did you used to do as a kid? This is, again, wide tangent. What did you used to do as a kid when you had nightmares to kind of get yourself through it, like to get to sleep? Again, this is kind of a, not that it's a family podcast.
It was almost like I had a nightmare because I watched something I wasn't supposed to watch.
Yeah.
I needed to muster up the energy because I couldn't, at the time I lived with my grandmother. And my grandmother was like, there's something going on. Why are you having nightmares? I was like, oh no, it must have been I definitely lied to my grandmother. I was like, I lied. It was just, that's fine. But I'm Catholic. I'll just, confess at the end.
A couple of Dominus Opus, you'll be fine.
That's fine. So to get back to sleep, I think I was just like, in my head, I was like, all right, I can't tell my grandmother why I'm having this nightmare because then I'll be in trouble.
Yeah.
So I just have to kind of just get
Honesty
through
means
it.
To always tell the truth, by the way. I'm not giving you a badge.
No, I don't deserve that badge. No. So yeah, I would just kind of like maybe a warm glass of milk.
All right.
That would help a lot. Because my grandmother, I believe that once you hit a certain age, you don't sleep. Like at all. So like I would go to sleep, my grandmother would be awake. I'd wake up in the morning, my grandmother would be awake. I'm like, woman, do you ever sleep?
No.
So I don't.
No, she's gonna watch your crazy ass. She's awake for you.
Yeah. So I think like there'd be like I'd wake up and like.
She'd go to sleep after you to make sure you fell asleep.
Yeah, she'd give me like warm milk or something like that.
Yeah. When you get up, can't leave you up to your own devices if you're up before her.
Shit.
Hell no.
Nope.
Needs a house still standing.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That's awesome.
So. That's that. I'm sorry.
No,
wow,
okay.
what a tangent we just went on.
That's okay. That's
Holy
all right.
shit.
All right,
that's
so
what we do.
We should get back to the movie at some point.
At some point. Let's do it now.
All right,
go.
Let's do it now. Fantastic. All right. As spoof movies go, to me, this is way up there.
This is the fucking bar.
The original one. Like the second one, 33 and third, I like those.
Yeah.
But the original one is still the benchmark.
Yeah, this is the benchmark. This is the bar.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that this is the bar, honestly, for a lot of spoof movies, just in general.
I mean, like we said, we've seen all three, but I can quote the first one a lot faster than I can quote the other two.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's the one that was...
Palazzo. Right? Like, it's so easy.
Steve right! He does a whole dance.
He, like, really fucking gets into it,
yeah, it's awesome.
He's the umpire. It's Enrico Palazzo is the umpire.
Yeah, it's Enrico Palazzo.
Enrico Palazzo killed the queen.
I feel that as far as spoof movies, like Airplane kind of sets it, right?
Yes.
But then they got, I think with this one, they hit this like out of the park. So I
think like to me, and this might just be my own perception of it based on time and when I saw it, Airplane is to me like it's the one that's kind of started it for me. This isn't necessarily history.
Yeah.
Speaking, this isn't my history.
Yeah.
Growing up born in '76, right? So then you come out with some, you get the other one, you get the second one, then you get this one.
Yeah.
This one to me hit the mainstream popularity zeitgeist like more than the Airplanes did. Like if I ask somebody, like let's say my wife, who's we're around the same age, she's only a couple years behind me, 3, I know. So it's really the other time. So if I said, "Have you seen Airplane or have you seen Naked Gun? Which one do you know?" She would say Naked Gun.
Naked Gun, yeah.
She'd seen that one. She never saw Airplane. Now, obviously, it came out a lot earlier. But it's been around. Like when she's around. She didn't watch any of these movies back in the 80s. She just never did, right? She weeps for my childhood. The fact that half this crap that I shouldn't have been watching, I watched in the theaters with my mother, right? So she weeps for that. So eventually you go...
Well, she weeps for that because she's worried about Christian.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. She figures I'm going to expose him to this stuff, and I will. So she's not home all the time. So...
I'll be your alibi.
You know what I'm saying? So, I know how to clear the cash. So... she weeps for this, but so, at some point in your life, start watching movies, and she loves movies, she loves TV shows, so you go back and watch stuff. I've watched stuff that was from before my time, but I want to go back and watch it. So I've seen it. You know what I mean? Now we have everything at our fingertips.
Yeah.
You can go to Amazon, you can go to Peacock, you can go to Netflix, you can go to all these places where you can go watch old stuff.
Yeah, stuff that you haven't watched.
See when it was out, when it came out originally. You know what I mean? Whether it be TV shows or movies. So so you might have gone back and seen, right, a Naked Gun or an Airplane or things like that. But she would have definitely seen Naked Gun, but not Airplane. Yeah, well, I think a different popularity level.
So I'm trying to think too, like, again, like during this time, late 80s, early 90s, you had Hot Shots, you had the sequels, you had the sequel to Hot Shots.
And part of it might be, and some people would probably say, like, part of this is due to videotape.
Yeah.
Like this would have come out on videotape before Airplane did, because when Airplane came out, there wasn't such thing as home video.
Right, so they'd have to like...
you'd have to go back, and they went back eventually, put it on videotape. Yeah. But if you're producing movies and you want to make money, you're not worried so much about the old stuff. You're putting out what's out now.
What's out now? So
in '88, when videotapes are very
the videotapes are huge. I mean, you had the big chain ones, and then you had like the mom and pop ones.
A year later, Batman comes out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That came out. That was like the fastest from theater to videotape ever. Like that was quick, according to. But it seemed like it took forever. But it was like the most popular. It was massive. When it was everywhere.
Yeah, you go to Blockbuster, it was like
walls,
the shelves.
But like not just renting, to buy.
To buy, yeah.
Like renting was one thing. They had rental around for a while, even the mom and pop stores before Blockbuster took off. Yeah. They had all the rental stores, the little RST videos, if you will, right? Yeah. But then the home market came where you could buy a videotape. Remember when if you wanted to buy a videotape from Blockbuster, it was like $90.
Yeah, it was expensive.
But then the $20, $15 movie finally came out. Yep. And you could buy it, and it came with a little box and like that. And Batman was like the first one, like one of the first ones that it was massive. It wasn't the first one out that you could buy, but it was the first really massive release where you could go and buy, and you with Suncoast, you could go put your $5 down and reserve a copy. Yeah. Which I did because I was a huge Batman '89 fan.
I think I watched like 5 times in the same week.
I watched it over.
I watched it twice in the same day.
Yeah, I did too. I want to say it was close to 20 times in the theater. Wow. My buddy John and I went. Remember, it wasn't that expensive then.
Yeah, this is true.
It was around $6.
I think it was like $7.25. I think over at Assembly
for a theater ticket. So he and I went his mother kept taking us.
That's awesome.
Kept taking us back to the theater, and we watched that shit over and over again. We're huge fans. So when it came on a videotape, there's no way I wasn't having it. Right. So I put my $5 down.
Of course.
To make sure I had my copy reserved.
Of course.
I went to Suncoast, and it was like 150 of them on the shelves. Like, well, that was a waste of fucking time. Because we could have walked over and just picked one off the shelf.
Yeah, but you know what,
there was no way I was chancing it.
Yeah, you don't chance that.
I was playing around with Batman. Do you understand? No. I was going to play around with that shit. I'm having my copy. So at this point, I think this movie was a little bit more popular. Yeah. Because you had more. Because you had
it was the accessibility, right?
I think so. No, seriously, we know that drives a lot of popularity to it, right? It's access everywhere. So that's what I think. That's my take on this.
No, that makes perfect sense. Because again, it's I don't think it's on HBO. HBO is relatively new.
Yeah.
Cinemax was cable was just, I think cable came out like in mid 80s, like 85, 86, something like that. Yeah. So a lot of that stuff is still kind of newish. Yeah. So we've got, there's HBO, Cinemax, and Showtime. That's what
somewhere like a reel or something that somebody just like posted the original HBO opening. It flew through the town, and then flows out into basically space, and the HBO sign comes down.
That's what I knew was going to be a good movie.
I fucking watched that thing. I was like, oh my God, I'm 9 again. Like, this is ridiculous. Yep. That was so fucking
Big brown
cool.
box.
I remember that. Yeah, that was awesome. So, we got Ricardo Montalban in this one. Good old Ricardo.
Ricardo Montalban.
And he played... Yeah, Mr. Khan himself. Let's see.
Or what was the name on it?
Rourke.
There we go.
Yeah, he played Vincent Ludwig, who basically was the bad guy. I mean, he's the guy who's he's supposed to be protecting the queen, but he's the guy who's actually
the actual bad guy.
He's the guy who put a hit on her, type of thing. So that was spoiler alert.
Yeah, if you haven't watched it,
I mean, it's like a 40-year moratorium, so fuck off. But
I know, right?
Yeah. So anyway, let's get to the elephant in the room. We had to get past this at some point, even though we're kind of like dancing around it, right?
The Juice?
The Juice, baby. O.J. Simpson himself plays Detective Nordberg.
Yep.
For all three of them, right?
All three of them, yeah.
He
was in all three of them, yeah.
It's fucked up in this one. They beat the shit out of him.
So this is when I was going over my notes. I was like,
favorite things when they knock his ass on the wheelchair down the ramp.
Well, that's the end. That's the end, right?
Flips over.
So from the beginning of the movie, when he figures out that there's some bad shit going on, right? And he figures out that they're all meeting up on the boat, and he goes to the boat, he fucking crashes in, and he goes, everybody, put your hands up and put your guns down. And one guy, there's like 7 of them, they'll pull out their weapons, and he says, drop your guns. The one guy throws his gun down, and they just look at it and go, pick your gun up. He's like, oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
But he starts off with like, he bumps his head, hot stove in the hand, the wet paint, facing the cake. Like it's like all the little,
on and on, yeah.
all the little sight gags, and then he goes over the boat, and then that's when he goes into his coma, and that's when he goes to the hospital, and that's when the detective Frank Drebin goes, so how's it look? And he goes, he's got a 50-50 chance of living. There's a 10% chance of that. I says, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, 6% of the time it works every time.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, so we got O.J. Simpson in this one. Who knew?
Yeah, I know.
Years later what was going to go on.
Yeah.
Looking back, rewatching it, what's that like for you?
It honestly, so watching it recently, so we could do this.
Yeah.
It was weird, man. Like it was weird because it wasn't just
you know the future.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's like you know
you are from the future essentially.
Right. It's like you know what happens. Like you know about him and the Bronco and then everything after that and the trial and even everything after that. Like O.J. Simpson has fucking. Like he went to jail because he kidnapped somebody that was selling his memorabilia in Vegas and he basically tied the guy up. So once you tie somebody up against their will, obviously it becomes kidnapping.
It's a done day,
and so it's like O.J. Simpson fucking lost all his shit like mentally, right?
Yeah. Way off the deep end.
Way off. I mean, we don't really have to get too. Everybody knows what happens, right?
Yeah.
With the whole murder and everything like that, and gets found not guilty, but yet he got found guilty in the civil.
Right.
And he comes out with a book like If I Was a Murderer. I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
I mean, at some point,
really?
Yeah, stop leaning into it.
Come on, man. So I mean, watching it was a little fucked up because at that time, O.J. Simpson, he's the juice. Like everybody, people remember O.J. Simpson from when he played college football, when he played professional football. Like he was a name.
Yeah.
He's a well-established name. I mean, that's like.
Yeah, he's on the Wheaties. I mean,
he's on the Wheaties box. So it's like he's a sports icon. And then for it to turn out not too much long after this either.
No, it wasn't.
Right. So, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So it was definitely strange and odd kind of watching him during this, like him in the movie itself was a little painstaking in a way.
Yeah, it's a little weird. It's a little weird. I mean, this is obviously a very deeper situation, but like I still find like similar feelings, I guess, when I watch movies like when I know the actors aren't around anymore. Like, oh, this guy passed away, and especially if they die tragically or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you watch like Batman,
I knew you were gonna go there, but yeah, that's definitely. It's funny that you bring that up because I was watching something that was like on Facebook or something like that. It was like memes about like 90s or early 2000 movies, whatever, and he did a few of those like those rom-coms, those young rom-coms that he did.
Yep.
And one of them came up. I was like 10 Things I Hate About You, I think it was. And when I looked at that, I was like, wow. Oh, because it was like a here, like, that's what it was. It was a here and now or then and now, whatever it was. And they showed him there and then they showed him as the Joker. And I was like, holy fuck me, really?
Yeah.
Like, I completely forgot about that. But, but then it made me think, I was like, oh, Heath Ledger, man, for me, he was always like a mediocre actor. Like, the stuff that he did, it wasn't in my bag.
Yeah.
But he crushed Joker. Like, he crushed that role.
One of my favorite Jokers after Jack Nicholson. You know what I mean? Like, but we know the Joker's been many different...
Yeah, different iterations.
And not just different actors portraying, but different types of Joker.
Mm-hmm.
the comedian, the clown prince.
I love the Clown Prince. I love Cesar Romero.
Yeah. The gangster, there's all the anarchist, which was Heath Ledger. You know what I mean? So it's just, it's a very varied character. The other person I want to talk about really fast is the woman who played the Queen, Jeanette Charles.
Yeah.
We talked about her before?
I don't know, have we?
We may have, because she plays the Queen in every fucking thing she does.
Well,
she looks exactly like her.
So
if you look at her IMDb
I actually had to look her up when I was watching. I was like, wait, is that the real fucking Queen?
You would think, but I'm not even shitting you. Everything she does, she's the Queen. Like, I'm telling you, from National Lampoon's European Vacation. Like, very rarely, I mean rarely is she credited as something other than the Queen Elizabeth II, Queen like every various character, customer, fucking boom, Queen Elizabeth, boom, dinner party guest, HM the Queen, right? The Queen, it's crazy. She looks that was it. She's like, I look dead like her, so I'm just gonna build a whole fucking career.
Why
not? Every time you need a queen, you need a Queen Elizabeth, I'm there.
I'm there.
You know what I mean? I'm fucking there for you.
What do you need? I'll take a mill.
Yeah.
500 G's.
Exactly. Whatever you need, I'm there.
500 G's, 20 minutes of filming,
right after 2010, Right the Future, she played the Queen. She's still alive.
Playing the Queen.
I don't know what she's doing now, but she's according to IMDb anyway, she's still alive. She was born in 27.
Wow.
She's only a few years away from 100. She's only 4 years away from 100.
Come on! Let's go, Queenie!
She's fucking got this.
You got this! Let's go!
You got this. Come on. You can beat Betty White. You got this.
She can actually beat the actual Queen.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. So, how funny is that, though? You build a whole career. I mean, a long-ass career, too, playing just one person, a famous person. Not like a character. I mean, look at Kelsey Grammer.
Yep.
Right, he's played Frasier, and he's doing it again.
Is he really?
Yeah, they're rebooting it. Oh. Not they're rebooting, they're continuing. They're adapting.
So they're continuing.
They're continuing, yeah, with him. I'm bullshit, but it is what it is.
Well, why?
One reason and one reason only is David Hyde Pierce is not coming back. As far as we know, according to him,
David Hyde Pierce,
he played Niles.
Oh, okay. Oh, really?
Niles isn't coming back. So, you might get Daphne, you might get Roz. You get Kelsey Grammer. The father's dead.
Right.
John Mahoney passed away. God rest in peace.
Yeah.
So it's like, the multiple Eddies are dead. You know what I mean? Like,
I know, right?
There was Moose.
Poor dog.
Moose and Moose 2 was actually Moose's son who played the second Moose. Eddie, I should say.
Yeah.
So some of the actors are gone.
So the brother's not coming. Niles doesn't come back. Why?
To me, why bother? 90% of that show was the two of them.
The back and forth
their
was
banter,
awesome.
was their thing. You know what I mean? Because Frasier alone, love him to pieces, but it's just too much fucking Frasier.
Too much Frasier never worked for me.
Frasier was good and he was funny, but Niles was really the comic relief in that show. He was the one you laughed with. He was the one you laughed at. Whatever. He was that person. So much so that he did multiple times that Jerry Lewis bellhop shtick. We had these entire scenes with no dialogue.
Yeah.
Like the time when he was getting ready, he's ironing his suit pants, and he ends up catching it on fire. And he cuts himself and he can't see blood. So every time he sees blood,
he starts to faint. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
He ends up lighting his pants on fire, which then onto Frasier's velour, whatever it is, rug, couch.
The couch,
and he lights it with the lighter fluid instead. It burns the whole fucking couch up.
Yep.
And he keeps looking at his finger and passing out on it. That was an amazing shot all in one take.
That's clever.
It was all in one take. They never cut away. The camera just follows him.
That's pretty good.
All in that whole thing from start to finish.
Yeah, honestly, if you're not gonna put Niles in it, then what's the point?
It's really. I'm beyond upset. Fuck, just do it.
And that really sucks.
And I know he's probably doing other things, but if you're gonna do it, you wait. You make sure you can do it, and you do it. And I always have this issue with actors. I know we're way off topic here, but it's late and I don't give a shit. I always have this issue with actors. Not that I'm not gonna say Frasier made his career. I wouldn't be that arrogant to say that, but honestly, without Frasier, I probably wouldn't really know much of who he was.
Yeah,
I'm big into TV and movies and like that. I really wouldn't have much of a intro to David Hyde Pierce. Nothing against him. I'm not trying to be a shit. I'm not trying to put the man down. He's way more famous than I'll ever be. But I don't really know who he is unless I watch 12 years of Frasier.
Right.
And like, it's like, dude.
I mean, even after that, did they do anything?
If they reboot the show, it's not going to last long. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. It doesn't need to be. I don't necessarily really need to be. Because
I don't know if that humor or banter really plays.
Well, there's other issues with that too. Kind of like we talked about Night Court. But fucking for the fans, come back, do some cameos, do some guest appearances, do something. If you ever get a chance online, there's a fan-made film of what it would look like. It's hysterical. Frasier's like a fucking killer, and Niles is like suited up. Daphne's, it's hysterical. We'll watch it afterwards. It's really funny. Some fans put like these different movies and things together. It works really fucking well. Really well. They put it together. So without him in it, I don't know. I have that issue with actors that do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, dude, this shit made you fucking one more time. Just go at it one more time. Let the fans, give the fans a little hi, I'm here. I have the same issue with Quantum Leap. So far as Scott Bakula has not planned on coming into it at all.
Have you watched any of that?
I watched the whole first season. It's good. I enjoyed it. I was a huge Quantum Leap fan. I liked this first season. It doesn't have the same magic, of course, because it is what it is, and So is that so? You just said that. Is that part of it when they reboot shows that you grew up watching, right, or that you had this fascination with?
Yeah. Do you watch it expecting the same feeling that you had when you first watched it?
I want it, but I never expect it.
Okay.
Because I know it's good. That's impossible.
So because I feel like a lot of shows
we all want it,
right? But I feel like a lot of shows that get rebooted. Yeah. For instance, like this movie, right?
Yeah.
If they were to do Naked Gun again, people our age, we're gonna want that same magic. Yeah. And if we don't get
Leslie
it,
Nielsen, right? No OJ, no.
But if we go into it thinking that or wanting that, are we gonna say that? Wow, you know what? No, that movie sucked because it wasn't what I remember it. And it's like, well, it really wasn't supposed to be. It's supposed to.
Oh, the Karate Kid with Jackie Chan. Right? That was. I mean, it was garbage to begin with, but it didn't have the same magic. But it wasn't necessarily meant for us per se.
Right.
It was Karate Kid for a new generation.
But we're the
old generation.
Right. But we're the ones who want to watch it. Right.
Yeah. But they need to. We've talked about this with Bruno before. Like, it's hard because you need. Yes, should we have new IP? Should we make new stories? Sure, but that's really hard. You just get old material and reboot it for a new generation that's going to be with you now and watch that as their Karate Kid for the next 20 years. Unfortunately, the movie sucked, so that's not going to happen for them, and I feel bad for them. But we got Cobra Kai. And
that took off like
for us.
I mean,
that's really more for us.
It's more for us. But the younger generation picked up on it though.
Because they put enough teenage angst crap in there.
But again, speaking of like the reboot stuff like that, I feel that especially nowadays, they're rebooting fucking everything.
Yeah, like Quantum Leap technically isn't a reboot.
It's a continuation. Which I'm okay with.
It's I'm 30 years later, something like that. Like, it literally picks up almost exactly how long the show has been off the air later, and there's a new scientist, Ben, who's picking up after Sam Beckett, and they're basically essentially trying to find him. But they keep referencing Al and Sam.
Oh, right.
So much the fact that Sam's daughter is a major player. What's going on? Not Sam. Al's daughter is a major player, and the woman who in the show, the original show, played Al's wife, is in it again. It's her. It's the same actress. Is playing Al's wife. She's bit part. She doesn't come on that much, but she's appeared a couple times.
I'm okay with that.
But it's a new thing. And spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it, don't listen right now. The first season, Ernie Hudson's in it. Right. He's like the head of the military department that's running the project. It's running Project Quantum Leap, but it's kind of like hidden, and it's a funded by the fucking channels type of shit. You know what I mean? Black Ops backdoor shit. So he's in it, and you find out later, like at the end of the season, he's there because if you remember the original Quantum Leap. Remember the episode where Sam goes back and saves his brother in Nam? There's an episode where he goes back and he saves his brother in Vietnam.
Saves whose brother?
His own brother.
Okay.
His Sam's own brother. His real brother in Vietnam. And there was a black guy. He jumps into a black guy to save his brother.
Oh.
Ernie Hudson is the black guy that he jumped into. So he was in the military. So later he basically works his career so he could help find Sam, because he was in the waiting room and was told what was going on. So you're not supposed to have memories. Like when you jump, when they
come back,
he started getting memories back of what was going on, what happened to him. So he remembers being in the waiting room. He remembers everything that fucking happened. A little bit Swiss cheesed.
Right.
So he creates his career. He basically works his career so he can be in charge of the project to go help Sam come back.
All right, that's pretty fucking
cool, but you don't find it out to the end of the season. It's really fucking cool. But the problem I'm having is, Scott Bakula, he read the script they asked him to be in. He said no. But it's like, how are you going to have it? He's got to be in there sometime. Because how do you run this, no matter how many seasons, whether it's 1, 2, 3, how do you run this thing and never either run into him or solve it? It's going to piss everybody off just like the way the first one did. When at the end of us watching this for 4 seasons, and you find out he never fucking gets home.
Yeah, that sucked.
You know what I mean? So like now you're gonna be like, oh, we just had another thing, and he still doesn't fucking get home.
Yeah.
Like 30 years later, we've been waiting. You finally bring it back. We're like, yeah, he's gonna get home. You still don't fucking see him or get home.
Don't see him. Yeah.
It's crazy, but the show is. I enjoyed it. The first season is like any first season. It's it's gonna get it's gonna get its feet wet. It's gonna kind of get its rhythm. Gonna get its vibe, and its writing's gonna get. Also by the end of the season, the writing's definitely a lot stronger at the beginning.
Sure. Well, because now you have you have a direction and you know what you want to do with them. Sure.
Bit, you know what I mean? So, but if I can recommend watching, if you're not doing it, summertime's coming up, shows are gonna go off. New shows are gonna go on hiatus. Although that's not so much of a thing anymore because there's new shit coming up. But I would definitely recommend. It's on Peacock.
Right.
Check it out.
Okay. All right.
Back to Naked Gun.
Back to Naked Gun. So real quick. Well, obviously,
you have a ton of notes. Let's go through your notes.
So let's start with budget.
Yeah.
What do you think the budget is? I
won't look.
Give me a number. Give me a number on the budget. 1988. Give me a budget. Give me a number.
We'll go 11 mil.
Ooh, 12 bill.
I was close. Literally, I haven't even gotten there yet. It's still here. Where is it? I see it right in the fucking close. Shit, it's way down.
Yeah. 12 mil was the budget.
Okay.
What's your gross? Give me a number.
Ooh, okay. So I still haven't fucking found it. I'm gonna go overall 67. No?
Higher.
Really? 130.
$152 million gross.
Wow. Worldwide.
That's got to be worldwide, right?
Yeah.
I didn't write down like the actual like the split up.
IMDb usually says it.
Yeah, but even listen. Okay, worldwide, it was a $12 million budget.
I mean.
And to do $152 million, like what the fuck?
Here it is. Yeah. Worldwide. No, it says it's different here. Budget was 12 estimated.
Yeah.
Gross. Yeah. See, it's the same. They don't fucking. IMDb sucks. It says gross and worldwide.
I
78.
The number I got.
Where do you check to go get that number?
I don't know.
IMDb fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Worldwide gross be the same.
I think I just looked up the budget and gross and it gave it to me. It didn't. I just looked it up.
Yeah. So I'd imagine the 78 is domestic.
Yeah, it's got to be domestic, and then the rest of it was overseas, and that could be like up to date too.
Yeah.
But even till this day, like if it's still making money, right? That just shows the longevity of the movie itself.
Sure.
But again, at a $12 million budget, $152 million gross. Come on, man. That just.
So okay, let's go back to our normal questions. Can you rewatch this today? Does it still play today?
Yep. Absolutely. There's nothing in it that.
Yeah, I don't see anything in it either. I don't see anything cancellation.
No. I mean,
other than
swap out an actor.
Other than the OJ
one
thing.
actor. Swap out OJ just because of.
I don't know. I understand what he quote unquote did or did not was pretty horrific. There's no doubt about that. It's not quite Bill Cosby. Ooh. To me, do you know what I'm saying? Like cancel, nobody watches. Like you poke Bill Cosby off the fucking air. Like the Cosby Show's gone. Try to find it. Good luck to you.
Yeah, right.
This movie is still. You can still download it. You can. Where did you watch it on?
HBO.
Right, HBO Max.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's still out there.
Well, shit. You can still watch Robert Blake movies. There's an old reference. Robert Blake had his wife murdered.
Jesus H. Christ.
Yeah.
We have a new product for you. It's called Wonder Bread.
I know. But you could still, like, again, I guess murder somebody, you can still have your movies out there.
But but
you know, sexually misconduct and rape.
Yeah, you're gone, baby.
See you later.
That's cancel culture for you right there, and that's fine. It is what it is. I'm not in charge of that. So, point is, like, I think that's why even with him in it, it's still out there. You can still go watch it. They have not canceled and removed this movie.
No,
like, otherwise, all three of them would be
gone.
Right.
And but you can watch all three. So
you can
on
find them all.
No, I don't. This movie still plays today. There's no cancel anything. This is hilarious. This is good. This is good. You know.
Yeah, because I don't remember. Again, I just watched it, but just looking back, I don't remember any off-color cancel shit. Right? I don't remember, like, there's not really any, like, homosexuality jokes. There's no real. There's no
there's no racist or nothing.
Nothing like that.
There wasn't, which is great because that I mean, again, that just shows how timeless.
So
but that just shows how timeless that this movie is. That it comes out in '88. It's 23 right now, 2023.
I mean, in '88, there was a lot of that running around, right? There's a lot of that kind of humor and stuff like that was rampant and, quote unquote, acceptable at the time.
Yep. And they didn't have to lean on any of that kind of stuff,
right?
Which makes it even fucking
even
better.
Airplane did a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. They
Jive Turkey. So
Yeah, no, you're right. There was a lot of movies that were out that were leaning on that kind of stuff, and it was okay. It was more acceptable. This is a movie that it didn't need to lean on any of that kind of humor.
And I don't remember any of the other two either, like doing any of that.
I don't think so. I mean, the only thing would be like the opening scene when it was the terrorist power table there with Mikhail Gorbachev, which was fucking hilarious. He rubs off his fucking burn.
I think he still get away with that.
No, I know, but I'm saying
I don't know how much
it's like
overseas you're gonna watch.
Right, but I mean, like,
international money might not be as strong, but domestically,
right. But again, like that table at that time, it was Mikhail Gorbachev, Gaddafi was there. The guy from Cuba.
Oh yeah, Castro.
Castro was there. So it's like that was like the terrorists. That was a table of terrorists.
Yeah.
So I mean, Mikhail became our friend, but still.
Right. At the time, he wasn't as loved.
Wasn't as loved yet. There was still some things going on over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think everything hits on this movie 100%.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's a fun watch.
It really is.
It's a laugh one, from beginning to end. Where would you rate this? Not just overall rating of this movie. Where would you rate this in your spoof movie? In your spoof movie catalog? I've
got this right there with Airplane.
Yeah.
It's like 1 and 1A.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put one over the
other.
Yeah. It's like they're both really, really. Again, it's that quick, smart humor. I mean, this one was a little bit more slapsticky.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that about it because that's what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
With the.
I mean, Leslie Nielsen's front and center.
Yeah.
So in Airplane he was there, but he's not necessarily front and center.
He was a doctor, so
he's front, but he's not front and center.
Right. There's a lot of other things going on there.
Yeah.
This is all.
He's driving this movie.
Speaking of driving, I just wish you knew how to park.
Jesus.
But again, so again, when we always talk about like the ongoing joke, that just it's like, all right, it's a little long in the tooth. This particular one, it was funny. Yeah. It was he just couldn't fucking park.
Nope.
Doesn't matter. And
this one.
Yep. And we saw it over and over and over again. But that was pretty good.
Yeah, the hapless humor I love. You know what I mean? I like more sophisticated humor, but sometimes I just want to watch the bungling idiot.
Yeah.
Just you know what I mean? Just botch his way into everything and somehow come smelling like roses. Yeah, I mean, that whole baseball game, doing the Palazzo stuff, being the ref, you know what I mean? Just like, basically saving the queen essentially by accident.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like this big daring. It was essentially by accident.
And that was the best part too. It's like him checking.
Jerry Rice.
All the it's Reggie Jackson.
Was it Reggie Jackson?
Yeah, it was
Reggie That's right. It was Reggie Jackson.
It's Reggie Jackson, and I got a story about that too.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry, Reggie. Sorry, Jerry.
Yeah. So like when he's like, and he's patting all the players down, and he's like, "What the hell are you doing?" Checking the play. He's like, "All right, you're good." And he's like, "What the fuck's going on?" Yeah. He's uncorking the bat.
He was molesting him. Like, not.
Like he grabbed one guy's bat, he uncorks it to make sure there's no weapon. He puts it back in. I'm like, "Oh fuck, man."
Yeah, that was awesome.
Reggie Jackson.
Yes.
Okay, so
Reggie Jackson.
Having that part in it, if you don't know, was a reference to Son of Sam, the murderer, David Berkowitz.
That I did not know.
Okay, so the reason why during the summer of '69, was summer so the summer of Sam,
Yes.
when they didn't know who it was, they were trying to. They had no idea who the killer was or who the murderer was. At one time, there was a small rumor because it was a 44 slug. Reggie Jackson wore the number 44. There was a rumor that he was the killer.
Because he had that kind of time.
Yeah, because, playing for the Yankees at the time, he had nothing else to do.
A side job.
Yeah, he's out killing people in the summertime.
Yeah, he's moonlighting.
So that's why when they had him be the killer in this, it was like, oh, that's fucking pretty good. Like that's clever.
It's a good reach. I like that.
It's a great reach. And again, if you don't know any of that, like it clicked in my head when I was watching this again. This time I was like, oh my God, he's the 44. He's a 44 Magnum killer, the bulldog killer. Before they gave him the name of Son of Sam. That's because they didn't get that name until they got like a first letter from him.
Right.
Which we all know is now David Berkowitz.
Yes.
So there's a little crime history for you.
There you go.
I'm good with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, hold on.
It's time for the news.
There you go.
There it is.
All right. Good. We got a news article from Larry. I like it.
Yeah.
A little history time. We'll have to make a little bumper for Know Your History.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy?
We have to make a bunch of them.
Oh, it's my
math,
God.
It's physics time with Bruno.
I don't think we have enough buttons on that thing.
No, you can actually change it. Like it's got like 2 or 3 bays essentially. You can tell it to go to the next bay.
Oh my God! Then we got to do something with that.
Yeah.
Do you know what blows my mind? This whole movie literally takes about 3 days. This is
from the beginning to the movie.
From beginning to the end of the movie.
It doesn't cover a lot of time.
No, the whole span is like 3 days.
Yeah,
and
sure. It's only got a couple of days to figure out who's going to kill the queen.
So good, man.
Assassination.
Ricardo Montalban as a bad guy.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious.
Oh God, yeah. But I mean, he was Fantasy Island. He was always like the good bad guy. You know what I mean? He was the creepy.
Why was he creepy though? Just because we thought he was creepy? Because he's running around with a little small person?
No, not
Look,
just
boss,
that.
The plane.
Like, oh, please, tattoo.
Yeah.
I mean, no, it was just like the way he was. He was obviously smooth, debonair, but like it was a creep factor. Like the island and the shit that would go on there. Like he seemed very Willy Wonka. Like he enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, like I fucking know what I'm bringing you down here for, and I know shit's gonna go on, and I'm okay with that. Like,
I'm all right with that.
It wasn't like, it didn't seem very much like he was trying to find out why the island was doing shit, and like why these things would happen to people, and was trying to like stop it. He was kind of like, yeah, this is kind of cool. I like this.
This is how it works.
Yeah, this is how it works here. You know what I mean? Good luck to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oompa, loompa, like this.
I mean, now that you put it like that, though, like, yeah, I think he's kind of creepy.
Yeah, it was very Willy
weird.
Wonka-esque. You know what I mean? Like the Gene Wilder one was like that, but the what do you call it? Johnny Depp one was way worse. It was way more. He was just like got his fucking rocks off.
Yeah, but that was just a different level of wow.
I mean, it was Tim Burton.
I mean, so that's what it is. Again, you watch a Tim Burton movie, what do you think? It's going to be normal? Get the fuck out of here.
No.
Then you haven't watched enough Tim Burton movies.
Yeah, right. You haven't watched a Tim Burton movie.
Like just a Tim Burton, not even enough. Just a Tim Burton movie.
I mean, even Batman. The second one, Batman Returns, was fucked up beyond belief.
I liked it though.
I love it. I mean, there was that like the
first
one's always my favorite, but the second one has a place in my heart. I love it, but god damn it.
Did you really have to put the rockets on the fucking penguins?
Did you have to make him eat the guy's nose?
Eat the guy's nose, and then he was eating like the fish. Like there was like some nasty parts.
The guy's nose, like makes it fucking squirt blood. Yeah, like, so much so they had to get rid of the McDonald's toys. McDonald's was pissed.
Yeah,
like we can't market this shit to kids. This guy's creepy and biting people's noses, and like basically saying he's gonna molest women.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
with his
flipper, with his flipper hand. You know what I mean? Yeah. That was. Then he comes up out of the water and like the green shit.
All over his mouth. Remember that? I was like, that's fucking weird.
That's Tim Burton.
Yeah, that was a good movie, man.
It's a great movie.
And then Brockheimer got his hand on it and
Schumacher.
Schumacher, I'm sorry.
Schumacher, yeah.
Schumacher got his hand on it.
Who's done some good stuff.
And that's what blows my mind, because but he got his hands on Batman and turned it into fucking neon, and I was like, what the?
The original theory behind like the first one was like, we are going to veer away from the Adam West stuff so hard.
Yeah.
Make it dark, make it gritty. Fucking let's get Tim Burton, right? Coming off of Beetlejuice.
Well,
Let's do it, right? And they did. Then he got really crazy with the second one. So they're like, oh shit, and then McDonald's pulled out. So the Warner Brothers was kind of like, yeah, we got to maybe go with a different direction because Tim Burton. So there's a lot of creative differences with Tim Burton. So he backed out, and that's why Michael Keaton backed out.
Oh.
If Tim Burton's not doing it, I'm not doing it. And so Schumacher comes in and like, all right, we need to kind of turn this ship around, and they started heading back towards the Adam West stuff because if you notice by the third one, there was a lot of Dutch tilting.
Yeah.
In the villain hideouts and stuff like that. So, of course, a lot of neon, a lot more color.
Yeah.
Like the original Batman.
Don the Dragon Wilson was in it?
Yeah. He's one of the
bad guys.
He's one of the neon guard. Yeah, one of the bad guys.
Yeah. He's like the head of like the gang.
Yeah. So, like, it was crazy time. And then, of course, you get back to the fourth one, which ruined the old franchise. And essentially superhero movies for a while.
Yeah.
Until we get Blade.
Blade was awesome.
It was. The
first one was good.
That fourth movie fucked up superhero movies for a long time. Nobody was touching properties at that point. No. And it is what it is. But, we've bounced back.
Fuck yeah.
But it's all, I'm really excited to see the new Flash movie. Did you see the new trailer today?
As I was going through IMDb, I saw that there was a new trailer and I haven't watched it yet. You know what? I think
fucking good.
I think I'm gonna have to jump on that.
Yeah, there's a rumor, and I think it's not true. They were like, oh my god, did they kill Keaton off in this movie? They fucking better not. They better not. I'm telling you right now.
I hope not, because then they could do Batman Beyond with him.
Right, and they need to.
And that's what I would love to see.
Again, it's a multiverse thing, but according to Tim, the fucking jackass Gunn, no, James Gunn. Sorry, did I say Tim Gunn?
You said Tim.
Jim Gunn. James
Gunn.
I'm really tired. James Gunn, coming off a really bad stomach bug. James Gunn said no. He has openings, for future stuff with Michael Keaton. Like he is still possible plans to do other stuff.
Listen, I don't believe a fucking thing that guy says.
I don't believe it either. It could be just a red herring.
Look, I'm going to believe nothing until these 4 movies are out. Yeah. Right? Because these are like the last of the DCU.
Well, I think the rumors they cut out his cameo in Aquaman. Like completely cut it out.
All right. Yeah. I haven't. Okay, sure. Whatever. So, well, these are the last 4.
Batgirl's been scrapped.
Right, but these are the last 4 of the original DCU.
Shazam
and then
tanked. Fucking big time tanked, which I'm not surprised.
Because who gives a fuck?
Nobody. No, I actually like the character, but I just like they did anything good with it. I'm not a Zachary Levi fan. I don't really care for him. I don't think he did a great job. I think I think the kid who played young Billy Batson was good, but I really don't care for Zachary Levi in his portrayal of Shazam. I don't buy him.
I'm with you. I don't either.
I buy Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson better as Black Adam.
Black Adam, yeah.
As I do him as fucking Shazam or Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel, right?
But they can't call him that. I know.
Copyrights,
right?
No. And you know, and
I get it. Like I held out hope because nobody believed Michael Keaton could pull off Batman, and he fucking rocked it. He's still the best one.
Yeah,
I don't give a rat's ass if we lose listenership. He's still the best Batman. Okay, but it didn't. It didn't work. You tried another guy who was a comedian, a comic actor, not right for the role.
No.
I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to go that lightheartedness.
Right, but there's supposed to be a separation between Billy Batson the child and Shazam.
Yeah,
and I feel
Shazam, he's more adult-ish.
He's definitely a lot more adult. Yeah. He's an adult.
Yeah. But they've played him differently. Even the cartoons, he's a little bit like, I'm a kid stuck in I'm a kid stuck in a adult body. But then there's other times where they don't. He's like, he is Shazam. He is the Captain Marvel. Ta-da, I am here to save the day.
No.
You know what I mean? So maybe that doesn't play in 2023 or 2022. But I don't know. I just didn't dig the first one as much as I wanted to.
What was that show that he was on? Fucking Chuck?
Yeah, wasn't he? No. It was a Chuck or... no, it was another one. Yeah, it was Chuck. It was Chuck.
That's how I remember him. And he was kind of like just like a goofball who got wrapped up in...
Yeah. I didn't really watch it. So, anyway,
that's that.
Didn't really care for it. So, so there's a lot of some good stuff coming out, though. I'm definitely looking forward to the Flash.
Yeah, no, I am looking forward to the Flash. I out of the DC guys, I liked Flash.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big DC person, but I really did like Flash a lot.
Huge DC person, more so than Marvel.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Until the movies started coming, like more of the DC movies coming, they started botching it. Once Zack Snyder got his hand on it. He just made everything dark and gritty and stupid. DC's not a dark, gritty, stupid comic. even Batman, which by Dark Knight Returns, which was, Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns, which turned every comic in the world gritty and dark, and every
well, it's because it was Frank Miller.
Well, every superhero had an issue after that point, which he still regrets to this day. He said it publicly, like, I regret. He's like, it's a wonderful book, but I regret, like, everybody made their comic heroes dark and tragic after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was nothing lighthearted about comics anymore. So, but even still, like, the DC stuff can still be more lighthearted than Marvel.
Yeah.
Because it's based more in, like, fantasy places. You know what I mean? Gotham and Metropolis and Star City and Coast City versus New York, LA. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like rooted in shit
and real.
It's cities that are meant to be other cities. Real cities. But so it was always that way. It was more fantasy, gods and things like that versus Marvel. Which was more grounded. Heroes like Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it was that way, and then they completely flipped the script. The movies are completely the other way.
Yeah.
Marvel is way more lighthearted than the new DC movies.
Let's go. Well, the new DC movies suck, man.
Man of Steel was very dark. Forget about Justice League and Batman v Superman. Like, it was super dark. Yeah. Super dark and tragic.
It's because they're trying to do something.
Yeah. So anyway, back to Naked Gun.
Speaking of light stuff,
now I'm getting pissed off. All right.
as usually happens when you start talking about
Fuck him. Yeah, and then he tried the stupid, Zack Snyder cut, which didn't work.
But didn't it, though?
Everybody's like, well, restore the Snyderverse. No, I'm glad we shouldn't have. We really shouldn't have. There were some fun additions to it. We saw Martian Manhunter. We got a little bit more of the Lanterns. There was some good additions to it.
Yeah.
But
I watched
it. Punch him right in his left testicle for making it 4x3. There was no.
I didn't understand that part of it.
It works better for IMAX.
Cool. I don't have a fucking IMAX theater in my house.
Right. That was my point. Great. You're going to show this on an IMAX theater for a month. And then this movie's going to live on people's letterbox, widescreen TVs for the rest of their life. Yeah, so I'm going to watch it once. Is that really what you wanted? I'm going to watch it once in IMAX and then never want to watch it again because it's fucking cutting off half my TV.
I don't have IMAX.
Neither do I. I have an IMAX theater in my house.
That'd be pretty cool.
I have a widescreen TV, though.
I do, yeah. I got that.
Which I can watch, Dickhead's version of it, which was nice and widescreen. So now he's got a 4x3 aspect ratio. And then he produces another one, black and white.
The black and white, yeah.
For the most colorful fucking characters in comic history. Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash is all fucking red. Aquaman, gold, yellow and gold and green. Let's make a black and white version. That'll strip any fucking hope and joy out of it. You have no color now.
No color.
I mean, what a fucking idiot. One bad decision after another. Anyway, that's my rant. That's my rant for the evening. Naked Gun.
Naked Gun. What a good fucking movie.
Great movie. Did we need 2 and 3?
No.
1 was enough for you?
1 was enough for me.
I enjoyed 2 and 3.
Yeah, again, is
necessary.
2 I didn't mind. 3 I think I saw once, but I vaguely I'm lying. Huh?
Bomb at the Oscars. That's the main plot.
Oh yeah. So you know what? Okay. So the third one,
which was Fred Ward, right? The guy who played in Remo Williams. He was Remo.
Yes.
Also in was the Tremors movies and all that.
Yeah, the Tremors. Yeah. Like 25 and a half of them.
Yeah, exactly.
So I feel like with the third one, they went to the well too many times for me. It's
he passed away last May.
Oh, poor Remo.
Yeah. Looks good. He was 79. I mean, not necessarily old, but still.
So yeah, I feel by the third one they went to the well a couple too many times. What year did the third one come out?
94.
Yeah, so I think that by 94, that was that kind of spoof was done. Nobody was really watching spoof movies really anymore at that point. No. I think, and then until like scary movies came out.
Yeah.
Like then that kind of revitalized the spoof movies. But again, with the scary movies, which we talked about last week, 2 weeks ago, week, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, with the scary movie one, they hit more on what was going on at that time.
Yeah.
Right? That's where all their psych acts were. It was all references of that time.
Weird Al Yankovic's in these. I forgot. He's credited in the first one and definitely the third one, playing himself. I have to remember it. We just watched it.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
When the fuck does he appear? I forget when he appears.
Oh, at the beginning of the movie, when Frank comes back and he thinks that they're all cheering for him.
It
was they were like, no, Frank, they're here for him, and it was Weird Al. Yeah. Did I not write that down? I'm usually pretty good.
The third one is it's a typical third movie. The writing's not going to be as good, so we have to throw a shit ton of guest stars in it. I mean, Ann B. Davis is in it. Fucking Vanna White's in it. Mary Lou Retton is in it.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what I mean? Like, Pia Zadora's in it. Like, I mean, you're talking like, kind of a who's who at the time, but, it's a lot. There's a lot of people.
Are they who's or are they just recognizable faces
Randall
at that
Tex
point?
Cobb, I mean, you're talking about, there's definitely at the time. You know what I mean? But, I don't know. It just seems like, all right, we need to start throwing some other names in this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Anna Nicole Smith.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? She's in it, So, I don't know. That's the third one, right? Like, that's what you're going to do for a third one.
It follows that third movie.
Scary Movie did the same thing.
I don't know. I never watched it.
Scary. Oh, that's right. You never saw Scary Movie 3. Yeah. It's kind of the same thing. It's chock-a-block full of celebrities and names. Because, this is going to start. We're going back to the well again. How do we get people to the theater to watch the same exact movie?
Yeah, but didn't the Zuckers start doing it on part 3?
Yes.
So,
but they had to doing what they did for these. You know what I mean? But they didn't do this one. This was directed by Peter Segal. It was written by Pat Proft and some others. But I guarantee you, for God's sakes, God, I hate things.
I hate things, he says.
I really do. I fucking do sometimes. Let's see. Okay, can we move on? There we go. You managed. Congratulations. So David Zucker has a credit for it. Jim Abrams and Jerry Zucker because of the TV series.
Right. So they have to get credit for it because you're using characters that were based off something that they created. Right.
But they had nothing to do with the movie.
Right. So they just have writing credit.
So again, we're gonna different actor, director, different writers. We're going back to the well. How the fuck do we make this relevant? How do we get people back to this?
Yeah, I don't...
Throw in a bunch of celebrities.
No.
Throw in a bunch of name actors. Going to draw them in.
That really sucks.
That does. It sucks because you hate to see it go down like that.
Yeah.
When you got a great, strong first one, you hate to see 2 and 3 start tanking and going downhill.
But that's just... I mean, I think
I'm here to say it doesn't have to be that way, Larry.
Look, what was it? In X-Men 3... The Days of the Future Past cast.
Yeah.
When they do the third movie, they actually make a reference to third movie sucking.
Yes.
So I was like, oh my God, that's fucking so good.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of well known that I think now it's just like people go, how much can we make this third movie suck?
Yeah.
What can we do to make it suck even more?
Yeah. But, all right, let's rate it. Let's do it. Let's rate it.
Let's rate it, man.
Let's rate the first one.
First one, Naked Gun. I'm giving it a 4.5.
4.5 what?
Stuffed beavers.
4.5 stuffed beavers.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I'm saying the same thing. 4.5 stuffed beavers.
Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at with this one. Again,
nice beaver.
Nice beaver. Thanks. I just got it stuffed.
That's awesome.
I don't take anything out of it. I don't add anything to it. It was perfect just the way it was. The actors that were in it, they play their roles.
Without Leslie Nielsen. No, I'm just kidding.
Even like the tall guy that we never see like the top half of his head.
Yeah.
Like fucking,
you got something
they
in the
never
corner of your
see
mouth.
him. Yeah.
Fucking hits it. It's a banana.
Yeah, right.
Fucking half a banana hits the floor.
So it's like yeah, that this
something in the corner of your mouth.
Yeah. Boom, boom. This movie, it slaps in so many ways. Like so, again, I can watch it. If somebody says, "Hey, you want to watch Naked Gun?" Sure. Like that. I'm not saying, "No, I don't want to." I'll run with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, when I told the wife I was going to watch that, she was like, "Oh, I'll be right down."
Yeah.
Like she was upstairs in the office, and she came downstairs and she watched it with me. So it's like, she had
seen it before.
Oh yeah. She had seen it before, but that's why. Like when I told her I was watching it, she's like, "Oh, okay." Like she actually asked, like on a Sunday, she'd be like, "Do you have any homework to do?" I'm like, these are the movies. These are the movies I gotta watch. Be like, all right, she'll either watch one or two with me or not.
Yeah.
But when I told her that I was doing this one, she was like, all right, I'll be right down.
Wife does it sometimes with me. Mostly things she has never seen, which can be a lot.
Well, she has a sheltered life. I mean, I don't.
Love her to pieces, but child was just not as fun.
A lot of reading.
She's
wicked smart.
She's wicked smart. A lot of reading, a lot of news, a lot of current affairs and news and things like that. Yeah, unfortunately, I did not get that.
Nah, we were too busy watching movies. Listen, the TV was an amazing babysitter for us.
Oh, it sure was. It sure was. Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the person I turned out to be.
Yeah, that's right.
I knew well enough.
I learned the facts of life by watching the facts of life.
The good, the bad. There you have
the facts of life, right?
George Clooney was in that.
That's right, he was.
He was the handyman.
That's right.
I mean, I knew well enough to stay away from Mr. Rogers.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You and this Mr. Rogers, paranoia.
Yeah, man, I don't know. That shit was creepy.
How was it creepy?
Because it was fucking creepy, dude.
Mr. Rogers, for God's sake.
Mr. Rogers creeped me out. He walked in, he took off his shoes, he put on his shoes, he took off his sweater, he put on another sweater.
You don't like people's shoes or something?
No, it was just weird. Like, why are you going to take off your shoes to put on other shoes?
He's going to wear his indoor shoes.
Yeah, fuck off.
Outdoor shoes
they weren't even like slippers. They were like legit shoes.
Yeah, it's like his tennis shoes, essentially. Like, what do you Converse or whatever.
No, dude, I go to my house, you know what I do? I take my shoes off. And I put on slippers.
But then you're going to watch this guy walk around this house in his golden toe. No one wants to see that shit.
He put on your slippers.
What is he, in a mental hospital?
I got slippers. You don't have slippers in your house?
I don't wear slippers.
Oh, I wear slippers.
My son wears slippers when he goes to my parents' house.
Yeah. Well, I have slides.
I don't wear anything. I wear my shoes, and when I want to take my shoes off, I take my shoes off and I walk around my socks.
Yeah,
and then I'm done with those. I flip those off and I walk around barefoot.
So that was just weird. Like, he had outside shoes, inside shoes. He goes inside, he takes off his jacket, puts on his sweater. Dude, you're inside your house, bro. Why are you putting extra?
It's a little chilly.
Turn the fucking heat up.
Well,
dude, and then he fucking the land of make believe, the paper mache characters.
I will give you the land of make believe. Those puppets were fucking creepy,
the fucking
man.
paper mache. Lady Fairchild, fuck her.
No, you could have made them look better.
Of course you could have.
That was not okay. They looked fucked up and creepy. Those things, the King and Lady Fairchild, were the shit of dreams, nightmares. Made out of, okay, the way they looked, and they were all voiced by him.
Creep.
Yeah, he voiced them. He voiced them
creep.
all, because he used to use them for like puppet shows and stuff like that.
Yep.
Not in the show, and he made them, and they fucked up. I give you that. Do you know?
So wait a minute. So hold on. You're gonna give me that part. You just said he's the one who created all that. And you're okay with the other side of it.
It wasn't like he was sitting out there with a windowless van with his puppets trying to get kids to get in the van.
I don't know any of that shit.
Just saying, he wasn't.
It was just
watch one of the documentaries. Watch the documentary on him. Want to Be My Neighbor.
I know that.
Not the Tom Cruise.
No.
The Tom Hanks movie was actually pretty good.
I heard it was really good too. No, but the interview that he does for to get funding and everything. Look, all that. No,
not just that. Watch the documentary called "Do You Want to Be My Neighbor?" I'm telling you, it'll change your mind. It will change your mind. It'll change your mind. I'm telling you right now, it'll change your mind.
Can't make me.
I can't make it, but unless we do it for a podcast. But
again,
homework. We'll call Karen. Larry's got homework.
I gotta go watch.
Make sure he does his homework.
Rogers.
But it was actually really good. I enjoyed that. But yeah, no, Mr. Rogers didn't freak me out. Did you know he every episode, like at a certain point, he'd go in and feed the fish because the kids would write to him and say, "Do you ever feed your fish? They're gonna die." He had the fish in the fish tank, so he used to. He wanted to show the kids that I'm feeding these fuckers. They're not gonna die. I got this.
Okay, yeah, he was very responsive to his fan mail.
Yeah,
look again. I don't.
He did basically a black and white episode after they started doing color episodes. He did a black and white episode because the kid wrote to him and said she was colorblind.
See,
so he did a purpose episode for her.
I get all that, and I can appreciate that, and I can respect it.
The black was the mail, not the mailman, the delivery guy, and they sat in the pool together. They put their feet in the pool together. That was fucking huge. That was not done.
I get all that. I still thought that the fucking show was creepy. I thought the guy was creepy. I don't.
Oh, poor Fred Rogers. Rest in peace.
Look, bro, I don't know what to tell you.
We get some deep dives on Larry.
No, look.
We're gonna get some Larry some help here.
Sure.
Offline. We're gonna We're gonna have Roz or somebody get you help. We're gonna talk to her, get some numbers from Fraser. Get some numbers offline. Get some help. It's all right. It's all right.
I can't be the only one out there.
I seriously doubt you are.
See?
I seriously doubt you're the only person who found
Somebody
him.
help me out.
I'm seriously doubt you're the only one who found him creepy. I guarantee you there is.
But I was good with I was good with like everything, all the other shows at that time though.
Banana Splits. Creepy, not creepy.
On the fence.
Fucking nightmares. Mr. Rogers freaked you out, but those goddamn giant...
No, you know what? No, I was cool with Banana
People-sized
Splits.
fucking monster puppets didn't freak you out.
I was cool with Banana Splits. Yeah,
my God.
They were good shit.
I still have bad fucking, like, weird, trippy dreams. And I've never done drugs. But that shit was like, nah, fuck Sid and Marty Krofft. I don't think so. They're gonna eat a big bag of dicks. Not for Banana Splits. No way.
No, Banana Splits are pretty cool. I like that one.
Fuck them and the Great Kazoo.
Great Kazoo was nice. He was a little annoying, but I liked him. Fuck poor
Gary Canoe. No canoes like good canoes. Gary, fuck you.
I liked Sesame Street. I liked
Sesame Street was okay.
The Electric Company. Big into that.
Yeah. One of these kids is doing his own thing.
That was
One
me.
Of these kids is not quite the same.
That was me.
Yep.
I was always the kid that was doing something else that I shouldn't be doing.
I gotcha.
Got into a lot of trouble.
Days, man. The old days of TV shows, right? We talked a little bit about this before.
Yeah.
What was your favorite old live action TV show to watch as a kid?
My favorite live action?
Yeah. I mean, like Banana Splits is technically a live action show.
Yeah.
We talked about cartoons before.
We did. We should do another. We should touch that one again.
Can we just make that a soundbite?
Three's Company.
Nice.
So that's.
I am with you.
Okay, so I'm trying to think of
Every
like
night at dinner, 7:00.
Yeah, man.
Jack, Jan, and Chrissy.
So
ready to go.
Three's again, and
Mr. Furley or Mr.
I grew up with older people, right? So. You know, my uncles and my aunt. My aunt's 9 years older than I am. My uncle Louis 12 years older than I am. So, but those were like my older sister and brothers.
Yeah.
So I watched like a lot of adult themed shows at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. But I remember watching Three's Company was my shit.
Yeah.
I love Three's Company.
Progressive?
Very.
Yeah.
I think it was very, very progressive. One of the biggest things actually I liked on that show is what was Jack's best friend's name?
Larry.
No, I didn't know many Larrys, and I was like, he's got the same name as
Larry
me.
Dallas.
Awesome. I loved him.
A used car salesman.
Yeah. He's a ladies' man.
Mm-hmm.
That was like Hogan's Heroes. I really liked watching. That came
I
out.
was never much into the war shows. MASH, Hogan's Heroes. I was never.
I got into MASH actually a little bit later though.
I don't know why. Maybe it was just because of the theme. Like I was just never. They always seemed very depressing to me.
Oh, MASH was super fucking depressing.
Right.
Oh my
Hogan's
God.
Heroes, which was supposed to be more funny, seemed depressing to me.
Well, I mean, the subject matter is a little sad.
Right. That's what I mean. So I really
so.
stayed away from it. That's why I watched like Three's Company or, of course, Cheers and things like that. Growing up, we watched all that shit as well. Laverne and Shirley.
Yep.
A lot of Laverne and Shirley.
And when they lived in Milwaukee, and then when they moved to LA.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Which essentially looked like the apartment in 2.5 Men.
So I was just gonna say that I think it is. I think honestly, I think it is.
That's pretty. I think they knocked out the part of the wall where they go back to their bedrooms.
Yeah.
So I think it went from the inside to up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But they knocked a hole in to go to the back bedrooms for 2.5 Men. Everything else seems very similar.
Very, very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah.
We can do another show. Actually, we should do a show on that.
Yeah, we should.
We should do a podcast.
Shows used to watch and things like that. Yeah.
Pick an hour. We don't even have to pick an hour. Just go fucking go.
From your childhood. Yeah. Things that you remember.
Whatever you dug, man.
Things you'll still go back and watch. Like if I can find.
If I'm flipping channels.
And Three's Company's on Cozy TV or whatever.
I'm stopping it.
I'm watching.
Man.
Ropers or Furley?
Ropers.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think most people would say that.
Ropers, man.
I think most people would say Furley. It's Don Knotts.
So for me, it was a different. They brought different things to the table.
Yeah, I mean, it's two people versus one dynamic, husband and wife.
But just the difference between Mr. Roper and Mr. Furley, like just them as comedians and just their delivery.
Mr. Roper was more stick up your butt.
Yeah.
Mr. Furley was Don Knotts. He was a goof, a ladies' man, who didn't know any better. He was kind of hapless. He wanted to be a ladies' man. Wanted to be a ladies' man, hapless, you know what I mean? He was always scared. And his brother owned it, right? And he worked there for his brother. He was always scared of it.
No, I like the Ropers because I liked how the wife always pulled him in.
She ran the show.
She ran the show, right? So it's like, I liked that. I liked the Ropers. The Ropers for me were better. And then don't even ask me who I liked out of the third roommate because I fucking have no idea. I liked them all.
Really?
Yeah, there was like three. There was three third roommates.
No, I know. It was Janet, Chrissy, and not Janet. Chrissy.
Janet, Chrissy, and Jack.
No.
And then there was Chrissy,
Cindy, and fuck. I'll get it. Terry.
There we go.
Terry, who was in Mallrats. She was a three boob, whatever she had with the whatever the fucking nipple. She was the fortune teller.
Yes.
From Mallrats. Yeah.
Yep. I liked all three of them.
Yeah.
Obviously for different reasons, but
yeah. I was more a Terry person. I gotta be straight on with you. She was attractive.
Yeah.
So were the other two.
Yeah.
But she was the only one who was smart. And like Chrissy was dumb. Cindy took it to a different level. She was dumb and klutzy as well. Like she was
the klutzy part was annoying as fuck.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't stand it. She was my least favorite. But Suzanne Summers playing Chrissy, she's the original, she's the OG. I liked her. I was not, even back then, and even more so now, I'm not really into the whole, she's a dumb blonde thing like that. I think that's really pandering, and I don't really care for that. Like, I don't find that funny.
Yep.
You know what I mean? The whole dumb blonde humor. I've never really found that funny, so I don't know, I just don't really. So you get to Terry, and she's a nurse, she's a lot smarter, you know what I mean? She can definitely handle her shit a lot better.
That's actually,
So I dug her, and she was hot. That didn't help.
Yeah.
That didn't hurt. That helped.
Definitely not.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, no, she didn't play the dumb blonde. So I liked her a lot better. I thought she was a stronger character. That's me. I'm sure.
No, I'm with you on that. Yeah.
But it's progressive for its time, but I don't know if you're getting away with that show these days.
I don't think so.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like because it's quote unquote a stigma for a gay man to room with two straight women.
To hide his sexuality.
Hide his sexuality to the people who own the building.
Yeah.
You're renting from. Like it's any of their fucking business.
Right.
I rent here. I don't give a shit you own. I'm renting here. It's none of your business.
Yeah, and the demoralizing, like you just said, of like the quote unquote ditzy stupid blonde.
Yeah,
like you
that's
can't
a whole
do that.
Matter,
that's a different matter. The male chauvinism, that's a part of it. So again, the movie comes out in the late 70s, early 80s. It plays well for that time because that's what was happening.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean,
none
of that plays today at all.
But fuck, I laughed my ass off during the 80s. We watched it every night at dinner. Every night at dinner. It was on reruns.
Jack cracked me up again. Another one, slapstick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. John Ritter? Are we kidding me? King. One of the kings of slapstick.
Just the constant, the fall over himself.
He was still pulling it off in the episode of Wings he was in.
Yeah, he was saying that.
Yeah. He was, because he played Amy Asbeck's husband, and in real life he was, and he played her husband in one episode of the show. She was on the island because he had left her.
Oh, gotcha.
They got divorced, so he left her because she thought he ran off with all the money, he lost all the money, but he didn't. He ended up taking it with him, the fucker. Anyway, I remember her grabbing him by the hair. He's like, hair plugs. He was supposed to be bald. She was talking about how bald he was. Full head of hair. She's like, hair plugs.
Hair plugs.
It's awesome. Anyway, all right, we're an hour 26. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Thank you.
If you made it this far through.
Shit.
And all give a shout out to your buddy.
Which one?
Well, you know who I'm talking about.
Oh, Michael.
Yeah.
Michael.
So Michael gave us a shout out back through an email, and I want to thank Michael for the email. I will be getting back to you, Michael. Don't think I'm ignoring you.
I know, right?
I'm not ignoring you, I promise. I had to read it a few times.
There's a lot to digest.
There's a lot to digest in the email. So, we have, to answer some of your questions, we have thought about doing video at some point. When we get maybe a different studio to record in. That's a little bit more video friendly, I think, if you will, that we can get all of us on at the same time and not look really janky. So we want to do that. Process of making an episode. I mean, it's basically like pick a theme.
Yeah.
Pick 4 movies for the month that we want to work on at this point. Like, we kind of honed it in as to do it. We were just really fucking random before.
Yeah, before we just had a list of movies.
Yeah, we wanted to cover things we wanted to do. Now it's like this month, like March Madness, April Fools. We'll figure out what we're going to do for May. But, we pick 4 movies. We watch them. We take notes. Well, one of us takes notes.
Yeah,
I fucking wing it, and it's clearly obvious. And we just shoot the shit, which is what Michael was saying. Like, one of the things he likes about our show is that it does just sound like people just shooting the shit, talking. Like, I like the fact that we have a format, but we don't have a format.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a loose conversation.
Yep.
It doesn't have to stay on target the whole time.
No.
Right? We could turn off our targeting computers every once in a while and just fucking go Rogue One. You know what I mean? There's a lot of references right there, by the way. I just threw it at you. I do enjoy that. That's kind of what I always wanted the podcast to be. Just a bunch of people just talking. It doesn't have to be, cookie
Does it have to be
cutter.
scripted?
Yeah, I don't have to be saying. There's some great scripted or loosely scripted podcasts out there, which I think they're wonderful, but that's just not what we wanted ours to be. And I'm glad he enjoys it and likes it because, it's nice that it resonates with people that we just kind of get in here. We shoot the shit. We talk about things that we love to talk about.
Do what thing?
You know what I mean? And that was basically the catalyst behind it, why we started it. Like, my wife's like, fucking go start a podcast. You start talking to me about your goddamn superheroes. So
go find other people to talk to.
Yeah, I don't want to listen to it anymore. Like, fuck off about Spider-Man and Iron Man. I don't give a shit. Go find somebody else to talk about. So I did, and here we are. What, 100 and fucking how many episodes later?
I don't know.
What are we at?
That's
now?
your job.
No shit, right? You think I would know this
job.
stuff? I gotta post this on.
You know what's wild? So my first podcast I did with you was The Boys.
Yeah.
Just found out some great news.
What's that?
Referring to The Boys, they just wrapped on season 4.
Really?
So we should be getting season 4 of The Boys hopefully.
Nice.
Hopefully soon.
We'll at least see a preview or a trailer soon. Hopefully.
I need to.
Yeah, me too.
I need to because that show's so fucking good.
I miss it.
So that's the problem with like shows like that though. It's like they're so good. They release them all out. We can watch them all. Then it's like, fuck, I gotta wait a year and a half.
Binging is tough when you release an entire season. It's really tough at once because you binge it in a couple of days and you're fucked for
Yeah. I mean, I was just lucky that I was late to the party when it came to The Boys because I binged the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, I guess so.
I did that with Breaking Bad.
Actually, I did that with Breaking Bad.
I literally binged the first 4.5 seasons because season 5 was split into 2. So I binged the first ones and I literally finished the first half of season 5 right before season 5.5 essentially started.
Yeah.
I did the same thing with Lost. I watched the first season on DVD. A friend of mine let me have it. I watched it they did it for a week straight, even while I was working at work where I was working at the time. I watched it on my laptop and finished the last episode the day season 2 started.
Oh my!
And then it sucked because I had to wait week to week. And sometimes more, because you remember that fucking show? They have a lot of
No, I never watched it.
Oh, you don't watch Lost?
No, you know why?
Why?
Because they lost. I already saw this. It's called Gilligan's Island.
No, it was way better than that except for the ending. But
I understand. Yeah, I got the gist of it like 3/4 of the way. I think when everybody finally figured out that they're all fucking dead.
Yeah.
Oh, spoiler! If you haven't watched it, they're all dead.
As a moratorium. But when you watch it,
and they're on a moving turtle.
But then it fucking would have reruns, and then filler weeks, and then weeks they weren't even showing it. What the fuck? It's a new show. Why are you showing a fucking rerun?
I don't know.
That was wrong with you. You have 11 episodes. What the fuck? Fucking show them. What are you doing?
For me, Lost was that other show that was on at that same time. Fucking what was it? Jailbreak. How was it?
It was Oz. It was Jailbreak was another one. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I was like, so let me get this straight. The guy breaks into jail to break out his brother. They go, yeah. I go, what else? Oh, that's it.
That's it.
And then they had a season 2. I go, what happened? They broke into another jail. I'm like, these guys are fucking idiots. I don't want to watch a show like this.
Goddamn Tom Cruise movie. They're all the same. They are. Did you ever see that rant on the Tom Cruise movies?
No,
especially some of the early ones. Cocktail. Let's talk about it real quick. I know we're going over time.
Wait, what's that?
Cocktail. The guy is really fucking good at making cocktails. He loses his nerve, loses his confidence. He meets up with a girl. She gives him his confidence back. He's a fucking awesome cocktail maker again. Great. Top Gun. Great fucking Air Force pilot. Loses his fucking nerve and confidence. Meets up with a girl. She gets him his confidence back. He's a great fucking pilot again. Great. Days of Thunder. He's a fucking awesome race car driver. Loses his nerve, loses his confidence. Meets up with a girl. Gets him his confidence back. And he's a great fucking race car driver again. Do you see a fucking pattern for me here? And that's Entertainment Rants for the evening, everybody. Larry,
there it is.
Thank you, Larry. We appreciate
Thank you.
And you know what to do, everybody. Find us online at entertainmentrants.com. Drop us a note as Michael did. And, keep them coming. Keep them coming, buddy. We're glad you're loving the show. Thank you, everybody. Again, thank you, Larry. What are we going to go out there and do, Larry?
Rant, let's rant. Hashtag let's rant.
Hashtag let's rant it all up.